Hey guys, welcome to another Gadgets 360 unboxing, and this time we have the OnePlus 5T. Now this phone is a mild refresh of the OnePlus 5 which the company launched earlier this year, only this one sports the more commonly found 18:9 display. So let's quickly take a look at what we get in the box. So first and foremost, the box looks pretty similar as the OnePlus 5. We just have the 5 logo in the front and the OnePlus 5T written on the back. Now this model that we have here is the Midnight Black edition with 128 GB of storage. So let's open this up and see what we get. Okay, so here we have the phone. Let's pop this open, and as you can see, it's got the much taller display with barely any bezels on either side. So we take a closer look at this in a short bit. Let's just see what else we get inside. Okay, so here we have a quick start guide and some safety information, and we have the OnePlus stickers. There's a SIM eject tool right here, and we also have a silicone case bundled in the box. The rest of the accessories are similar to the OnePlus 5 and previous OnePlus phones, so it's just a USB Type-C cable, and you have the dash charger. Once again, there are no headphones bundled in the box. So while this is powering up, we'll just quickly take a tour of the phone itself. Just like the 5, there's also a screen guard that comes pre-applied on the 5T. Let's just do a quick comparison with the OnePlus 5. So as you can see, it's not all that bigger. It's slightly taller, but the dimensions are very similar. And the screen is obviously taller because it's the 18:9 compared to the 16:9 aspect on the older model. And since there's no space for the fingerprint sensor in the front, the OnePlus has moved that to the back of the phone. The design is slightly different of the camera bump. It looks more like the iPhone 7 Plus now than it did the last time. And in terms of thickness, it's also roughly the same. Even the placement of the ports is again pretty much identical to the older phone. So let us set this up real quick. Okay, so in the front, the big change in the OnePlus 5T, of course, is the display. So this is a 6-inch display compared to 5.5 in the old one, and the resolution of the display also has changed a bit due to the taller aspect. So now it's 1080 by 2160 resolution. The pixel count is still pretty high, and you do get Corning Gorilla Glass 5 as well. Over to this side, we have the volume button, and we have the alert slider, which you can move to switch to silent and vibration modes or normal mode. Over to this side is the SIM tray, and we have the power button. There's nothing on the top, and down at the bottom we have the speaker grill, the USB Type-C port, and the 3.5mm headphone socket. Now a quick look at the back. We have the fingerprint sensor, which is now a circular sensor placed somewhere where the logo used to be in the old one. There is a LED flash here, and of course dual camera setup. The phone is still powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 835. You get 6 GB of RAM with 64 GB of storage, or 8 GB of RAM with 128 GB of storage. This is still running Android 7.1.1, so it's not yet Oreo, but the Oxygen OS version is 4.7 out of the box. The size of the battery has also remained the same. The OnePlus 5T also has a 3300 mAh battery. Now, apart from the screen, another big change that OnePlus has done is with the cameras. Now, the second camera in the first phone was a telephoto sensor, which means it's used to zoom into your subject. However, in the OnePlus 5T, OnePlus has swapped out the telephoto sensor for a same resolution sensor, which is same 20 megapixel. However, it has a f1.7 aperture and the same focal length as a primary sensor. So the second one is going to be used primarily in low light situations where the camera is supposed to automatically switch to the second sensor when the light gets low. So here's a quick side-by-side comparison of the OnePlus 5 and the OnePlus 5T once again. The three main changes, the key changes in the new phone is, of course, the first and the most obvious one is the larger display. So in roughly the same form factor and the same size as the older model, you now get a 6-inch display, and which is taller, so you get the new 18:9 aspect. So it looks really, really neat. It's practically all screen with barely any bezels all around. The second change, of course, is there is no capacitive home button, so you only have on-screen buttons, and the fingerprint sensor is now at the back. And the third big change that we can see is in the camera. So the second camera is no longer a telephoto sensor. However, the 20 megapixel second sensor in the 5T is now used for low light shots. So it's got a much wider f1.7 aperture compared to the older one. So we will be doing a full review of the OnePlus 5T, and we will be bringing you that very soon. So stay tuned for that. And like always, thanks for watching, and for all things tech, stay tuned to gadgets360.com.